Sure, playgrounds are supposed to be a little risky to challenge kids, but what happens when they're downright treacherous? Nails, fire, heights, and broken down rides are all revealed here. Just wait until you see number 1, showing why one ride was open only a month before the lives lost counted too high. Have you been to the things before? If not, hit the subscribe button below and give this video a big thumbs up. Now, here are 10 most dangerous playgrounds for kids. Alpine Coaster, Tennessee. The Smoky Mountain Alpine Coaster in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee has brought kids and adults alike to try their crazy slide. It's the longest downhill track in the whole entire United States, and their slogan is, "Ride the hill and feel the thrill." More like fear for your life. In 2016, in just 1 month, there were 3 serious injuries reported that could have ended much worse. WSMV spoke to the victims about the injuries, who said they never expected to be leaving on a stretcher. Another lady who was ejected from the small seat of the track said it felt like being in a car crash. So how is the Alpine Coaster different than regular slides and rides? It is a set of downhill tracks where the rider controls their own speed. However, there is nothing that keeps the carts from colliding or from going too fast. The carts get up to 30 miles per hour and whiz down the side of a mountain. The ride recommends leaving 80 feet apart from each, but that didn't stop the 3rd accident in 1 month where the carts collided. The riders were left alone for some time in pain and calling for help. In a TripAdvisor comment, a woman says it has the possibility of critical back, neck, spine, and head injuries. Sounds like one ride that we'll be sitting out on. Hiawatha Playground, Seattle. Into the time machine, everyone. We're taking a trip. Let's head back in time to the early 20th century, even before World War I. In 1912, a playground in Seattle called Hiawatha Playfield caused children to find their thrills from high heights and dangerous plummets. In 1986, the city of Seattle declared the park a landmark, but before that, there were some serious boo-boos. First off, there was no health and safety regulations to protect the kids. The structure stood as high as a building, made of long, thin poles that kids would climb on, and if you fell through, there wasn't anything to grab hold of. The slides may have been the most innovative part of the structure, if you can call it that. It was 2 long poles with an arm's length apart that the children would prop themselves in between and slide down using their armpits. Painful maybe, but thrilling a definite yes. The park sure did lead to some injuries, but it also led to learning by trial and error for the youngins. Now there is talk about playgrounds being too safe and not allowing kids make the same mistakes. Do you want playgrounds to be more of a thrill than light fun? Riverside Playground, Southwest Sydney. Let's take a trip around the world to Great Sunny Australia. In Southwest Sydney, the Riverside Playground may not look dangerous at first glance, but it causes more harm than some of the more overtly dangerous parks. Can you guess what it is? The reason why this seemingly innocent playground is a major threat will surprise you. It's the lack of trees that are causing the harm. In the sunny and ever-hot Sydney, the rays beat down so hard that it heats the slides up to burning temperatures. And it isn't just burning your bottom, it's also a cause of overheating and sunburns. So why doesn't the city just put up some trees and fix this invisible problem? Well, it seems that the main issue holding the city back from saving those from heat stroke and red skin is money. Seems like the city's priorities aren't quite right. This is only one of the many new parks in Australia that have this problem. The playgrounds are too new to have grown the needed shade for sun safety. They are too young, so to speak. At least with this problem, there are solutions of sunscreen, hats, and water to keep the fun going all day long. Tver, Russia. This infamous park has been questioned to be the most dangerous children's park in existence. We're not sure we go that far, but it definitely has shockingly dangerous devices. Without a name, it is located in Tver, Russia, just outside Moscow, and appears to be extremely old. The contraptions almost look more like medieval torture devices than a kid's playground. All the pieces seem to be made of scrap metal, which is all rusting. If this wasn't enough, the actual playground itself is filled with hazards. 2 men posted a video on YouTube as they explored the park. They went around testing out each part with harmful results. First off, he strapped his feet into one contraption that spins in circles. He became instantly dislodged and had to hold himself on so he wouldn't fall and hit his head on the metal ring below. In another test, he sits inside a tire, which is meant to be a swing, and is turned upside down. There are plenty of ominous places to fall out of things, pinch fingers, or hit your head on hard rusting metal, not even mentioning the overall creepy look of the park. This place is no playground for little ones. Luna Park, France. A ride is scary enough. Soaring through the air at impossible heights and plummeting back down to the ground will definitely get the adrenaline pumping. Imagine being on a ride that actually broke while you were on it. If that doesn't get the fear in you going, nothing will. That is exactly what happened to the passengers of the Fifth Element ride. The ride is presented on the theme park's website as For the Kamikazes, located at Luna Park, an all-ages amusement playground in southern France. The accident occurred when the slingshot ride bolted up into the air, and as the capsule came back down, the cable snapped, suspending the passengers dangerously inside. A witness who captured a video of the event said that the riders were trapped for over an hour before being rescued by firefighters. When the cable broke, the capsule swung around, hitting one of the side poles that held up the ride. The Independent reported the 24-year-old woman suffered large bruises and a broken leg. After finally being rescued, a broken leg seems like a lucky escape from what could have been a sure end. So let's be honest, things could have been much worse. The slingshot rides are prevalent at many amusement parks, which begs the question if they're all as dangerous as this one. Talk about dangerous playgrounds for everyone. Are any thrill seekers going to check this crazy slingshot out? Grand Canyon Swing. The name says it all. Yep, it's a swing right over the Grand Canyon. Well, technically just around the corner from the Grand Canyon at Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park. If you're afraid of heights, this definitely wouldn't be the ride for you, or really anybody. The only thing holding this structure from falling the 6,093-foot plummet into the canyon below is a couple metal beams that don't seem too sturdy. Sure, it's stuck in the ground on the edge of the canyon, but what if that cliff broke off? Or the screws pulled out of the ground? We all like to believe the people building these are careful, but after so many years, these structures do get older. The ride lasts 60 seconds, all of which you will be contemplating your morality. The dangers are countless on this big swing. You could tumble down into the depth below if your safety harness had one glitch. Thrill seekers from around the globe come to ride this swing, and kids must be at least 48 inches to tackle their fear of heights. Other than the long arm that swings you out, there isn't much stopping the impending doom. It has been called the ultimate white-knuckle ride. Metro reported one fan saying in 7 words, "The scariest ride I have ever done." What is the scariest ride or playground you've been to? Share in the comments below. Blazing Fury, Dollywood. We couldn't have thought of a better name ourselves than Dollywood. Owned by Ultimate Country star Dolly Parton. Yep, that's right. She owns an amusement park. We'll say it because we know you're all thinking it. It's weird. However, this park isn't as hunky-dory as the name cracks it up to be. On one of their apparently child-safe rides, entitled Blazing Fury, a major injury was sustained that resulted in a massive lawsuit. The ride is described as an out-of-control fire just minutes away from engulfing the 1880s town. Yes, you heard right. A man brought his family to the park and sustained major brain damage from the ride. He is suing Dolly Parton Productions for $20 million. It is a complicated case due to the injuries, but the park did not give proper warning to the dangers. The park and the Blazing Fury Tour de France are still open to this day, so if you want to visit a playground where rides and risk go hand in hand, you can visit this one today. But we recommend you avoiding a lawsuit and keeping that smart noggin of yours intact. Maybe Dolly should have stuck to her singing career and not ventured off into children's amusements. Adventure Playground in Berkeley, California. Located in Berkeley, California, this playground has been written up as one of the 10 best playgrounds by National Geographic. Now that's saying a lot. So how did this park end up on our list of the most dangerous? Would it be the nails lying around on purpose? Or could it be the slippery surfaces? Or even the zip line? What about the hammer and the saw? This park is touted as so incredibly great because it gives children the responsibility to build things and be cautious. When kids are confronted with age-appropriate risks, they are actually more careful than when they can see they are more advanced than what is given. As cool as the concept of this is, there are still dirty nails lying in the sand. Sturdy shoes are a must, but why not just remove the nails? The image of someone accidentally stepping on one of those is hashtag cringeworthy. On the City of Berkeley website, they say the park includes elements of earth, fire, water, and lots of creative material. As fun as it sounds, is it really safe? What do you think about this park that opened up in 1979 and garners so much praise? Would you want to go play on it? Cement Land. This is a playground kids can no longer get to unless they break in. This park isn't open to the public, with a chain-link fence surrounding the perimeters, but Cement Land still attracts those risky kids that want to sneak in and see what it's all about. Sure, the name is enticing, but it doesn't sound like much much fun. Cementland was designed by Bob Casserly, who had turned the former Missouri Portland Cement Co. into a park. However, since he died in 2011, the future of the park has been undecided for a number of reasons, one of them being safety. So how did Bob pass away? Well, the answer should really be why the park remains off limits to the little ones. Bob passed away in a bulldozing accident while working along the property in September 2011. Some of the dangers to the park are the nearby river. It's all made of scrap metals, and it's near an active railway. On social media, many people post about the site. One photo even shows what looks to be an unstable rusted metal bridge with no railing. We understand why nature is reclaiming this and that for now. Cementland will remain more a piece of art than a place for children to play. Cannonball Loop, New Jersey. The Cannonball Loop sounds like the type of fun we all want to have until you hear the mortality rate on this bad boy. The Cannonball Loop was opened for just 1 month in the 1980s before being shut down. Located in Vernon, New Jersey at the Action Park, it garnered the nicknames of Accident Park and Class Action Park, which seemed to be accurate after hearing what goes on. They had a count of 6 fatalities caused by the loop and drowning. The Cannonball Loop was a water slide that did an upside-down 360, then shot you out the other side. Some people would get stuck in the loop, others who made it around would smack hard into the opposite side of the loop. There are countless reports of life-threatening injuries, including concussions and missing teeth. The park still maintained its fun factor through other rides, but the Cannonball Loop has never opened again. Mental Floss published an article hinting at the fact that the treacherous water slide may see the light of day again. The park is attempting a new version that is safe and fun. So despite 6 deaths, 110 injuries, including 45 head injuries and 10 fractures, kids may actually be able to ride this crazy thing again. Will you be attempting the Cannonball Loop if it ever returns? Let us know in the comments. Do you want to visit any of these crazy, dangerous playgrounds? Let us know your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching 10 Most Dangerous Playgrounds for Kids on the Things channel. See you next time.